Christian,
All right, you got it? Yeah,
go
we got
around. So we should be live right now. I can hear what is that coming out of
it.
the
Yeah,
computer.
reverb. Yeah.
Okay, there's got to be a way
I
to
mean,
mute that computer. We just got to figure it out. So, actually, Ryan's calling me right now. Hey, Ryan. Hey, I downloaded the new driver with the new microphone. We just got a lot of reverb. I think it's the computer speaker coming back through the microphone.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay.
I lost you for a second.
No, I said I got it hooked up and I loaded the new driver. So I got the microphone working. We're just getting a lot of reverb from the computer, if that makes sense.
the sound's coming through.
So
The
I
computer.
can't. I got to figure out how to mute the computer. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna do it. No one. You still hear me, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if I lost you. So we've had a lot of things going
He's
on.
on. He's on
We're
right
under
now.
a Bud Light tent in the rain. At the top of a 55-foot or 55 step concrete station. That we're supposed to be. We were supposed to be in the press box, but now we're out here. So it's basically.
It might be something. I don't know if you looked in here with the settings and the computer.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up. It's got to be something.
Like Dave did something one time about 2 weeks ago, and I've been fighting it ever since. And I'll fool around with it, but it doesn't save the corrections. I think it's in the computer. So if I go into the volume change, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you tell me. I say, listen.
I'm just scared I'll lose audio. So are we live still?
Yeah, we're live.
And are we green or blue on the mic?
We are. No, we're green now.
Okay, Lenny, can you hear us? What's it sound like? Echoey? It's echoey. What about if we're up on the mic like this? I mean, is it? You probably got a delay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Can you hear me? You look like you can't even hear me, Lenny. Do what? So right here is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not bad. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Yep. All right. Look. Do you know anything about these Yeti mics as far as changing the setting? I have a knob on the back. I have a gain knob and I have a different setting knob.
Gain, if it gets really fuzzy, gain's always safe to turn down. Like I said, that sounded good. Whatever your word is, however you were just doing it, that sounded good.
All right.
You were testing it.
So all right. Cause we can. No, we can right here. We'll just right here. We can maybe get something raised up.
So we got it going here.
All right.
First and 10 for the
We're
Woods.
good with that. All right. Thanks, Ryan. And we're live. So all right. Bye.
Yeah, y'all live. So.
I looked at yours.
Preach about book sack. And but here's the good thing. Hey, we're live. Here we go. We'll see how that works. Lenny, check it out on the sound. If you're watching at home right now, Lenny, you can turn the camera on us if we got kind of. Well, never mind.
I can go on the side.
Don't turn it on us. We'll keep it on the game. Oh, you're gonna both get on the side. Oh, where are we going?
Oh, I was.
You gotta get closer. I'm just trying to make it.
Can anybody hear everything?
Yeah,
Everybody
I'm
good?
sure they can.
Call
So
Let me call the bride and see.
my dad's watching. He wants to know what's wrong with the pregame show, Barry. Well, we had an
Coach
amp.
Bob,
Yep.
it is. We are putting it together here as we speak.
Yep.
As we go and
Yep.
Hey, so you take it off mute? No, I don't have it. I got it.
No, that's good. It's a delay. So we and there's
for
something
watching.
flapping in front of the camera, Daddy, because we got a trash bag over it because it was raining earlier. So we are under a Troy Coakley tent, Troy Coakley provided tent, and our amp busted on our microphone, so we have a amp or a microphone zip tied to the roof of that tent, and some kind of egg carton crate thing in front of it blocking sound from the field. So.
My own little podcast here.
Yep.
Tough
So it's been muted, so it is a little delayed. So we had the coaches show last night, Barry, at Walk-Ons. So
we enjoyed that, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Walk-Ons was a great host.
Yeah,
and,
they were.
They put us up in a room by ourselves. I think we're going to name that room the Wolf Den.
the Wolf Den, they
And,
already said they're gonna get that painted on there. I think next time.
That'd be
So
nice. Had a lot of parents showed up. A lot of the team showed up. Being that it was a school night, but it was good. We had a good time.
Yep, we did. So
It's good to get one-on-one with the coaches.
Yep, most of the team showed up. We talked to the team captains, 3 of them last night. We wrapped it up with Mitchell Smith today after chapel, and we're going to play that video in about 10 minutes. So, Lenny, can you pull that SD card out of that camera? On the side, there's a little window, and slide that up, and there's an SD card in there, and just hand it to Chip. And Chip will get the Mitchell Smith interview loaded up and see what he had to say. So it was good to talk to him after chapel. They were excited to come over here.
They pumped up?
Oh, they were. Yep.
up,
So
yeah.
So he was ready for the game and was excited to talk to him. So dealing with a bunch of problems right now, but with that, we got them fixed. We're
give
up
us some
streaming.
feedback,
So
make sure we're sounding pretty good.
I know the sound's gonna be a little bit different. We don't have our headsets. Me and Barry are fighting over the mic, literally. So we're standing shoulder to shoulder, nipple to nipple, and we're getting on the mic so best we can. So with that, we're gonna take a commercial break for the Avala pregame show. Thank you to Avala, and with that, we'll be right back.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain?
No, it's not gonna work.
At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a 3-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a 3-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala. Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a 3-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala. Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala. Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint
And we're back here. We're good at Chip audio. All right, we're back here at the Cow Palace, Jack Salter Stadium over in Covington, Louisiana, having some audio issues. I think the interview right there with senior running back captain Mitchell Smith had some audio interference. We're gonna try to get that fixed, and I'll post it to social media later. I apologize for that. We had some difficulties in the rain earlier, so we're losing soldiers
when it rains,
here.
it pours.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Mike, watching these guys warm up, I got a little butterflies.
Yep. No, this is gonna be
it's getting fired up. And I know these guys are.
Yep.
They're popping off the ball, looking good. So.
Yep, they are. Just people who couldn't hear the interview. I know I texted a few people. Some people said they could hear the interview with Mitchell Smith. Some people said they couldn't. So just kind of a recap, I talked to him about, his enthusiasm going into this game. This is his second time playing at the Cal Palace. The excitement behind it, crosstown rivalry, being a senior running back, and he was a lot of energy, ready to get out here with his, talked about the brotherhood like we heard last night from all the captains for St. Paul's and every student we've interviewed this year, Barry. So excited to see him back on the field with that hamstring injury.
And I know he's excited.
Yep, and we talked about that a little bit. Just basically going a full year without contact, and then Smith coming back last week and putting 60 yards on the ground, which is great for his first time back after full year with no contact. And with COVID-19, the rules, so he literally had that was his first contact, and
it was great to see him back in our arsenal.
Yep.
Just one more weapon that we got.
Yep. So keep your eyes out for number 26, Mitchell Smith, tonight. His last St. Paul's Covington game, so I know he's going to give it 110%, like he told me in the interview, and we'll see him on the field later. So some other things, Barry. How do you think this weather is going to affect our passing game, also Covington's passing game, because they have a really good receiver.
This is grass field, so we're going to be, it's going to slow the whole game down a little bit.
Yep.
And just watching the kickers on both sides right now, I don't think they're getting the distance that they're used to, just because the ball's wet, the air's thick, and that their footing's not as firm as they want it to be. So I think we're going to see some issues. I mean, I wouldn't say major issues, but we're going to see the special teams probably slow down a little bit, and so, but that's probably going to be the biggest thing.
Yep.
Hopefully, the passing game is not going to be seriously affected. Both of these teams throw the ball a lot. Both of these teams, throw a lot, and they are definitely going to probably be limited on that. So a little bump there.
Yeah, we had
distracted me. Sorry.
Yeah, the way this day is going, we had somebody running up to get in their seat and just missed the 10-by-10 tent, and almost took us all out. So.
It's our last mic.
Yeah, we're on bare minimums now. Yeah. Besides me, that's our last mic. I probably got another one, Dallas. We can find. We'll be back up in the third quarter, Barry. So yeah, weather's gonna probably affect what we see tonight. See a little bit more running game probably.
We'll just put something. Get Chip probably doing subtitles.
Yep.
And I just put the video on, and he can just type it all in.
Yep. So statistically, Covington's got a really good quarterback, just like we do. So they put a lot of yards in the air. So I think if it comes down to the running game, we're deep at running back. Obviously, we got 5 or 6 deep. With Smith, Novak, Piazza, Sears, Salvaggio, it should be back. Piazza, yep. So, and not to mention Frolic when he's in there on the meat package, if you want to count him as part of it. So we're 6 or 7 deep on running back. So
I think with that many people running the ball, I know we're deep in that, but they're all getting touches.
Yeah.
The defense trying to figure out, who's our primary guy.
Yep.
It's gonna be hard to figure that out. So it really keeps the defense guessing.
Yep.
So they can't key on one person. A lot of these schools are limited to just one running back. And we can key on that guy.
Yep. So glad to be here, like I said, and with that, thank you to Avala, our Avala pregame show. If you're watching right now on Facebook or YouTube, if you want to tune into the game, WPBN.live. You can go there, watch Covington St. Paul's live in high def. WPBN.live and click the watch live now tab on the website.
High def, stereo sound.
Yep. So that's a good microphone, man. So with that, we're going to go ahead and go to a commercial break from our sponsor, Avala, and we want to thank them. So we'll be right back at the Cal Palace at Jack Salter Stadium in Covington, Louisiana for tonight's matchup, right after a word from our sponsor.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a 3-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
And we're back here at the Cow Palace Jack Salter Stadium in Covington, Louisiana for tonight's matchup versus the St. Paul's Wolves. Ready to get started, Barry. We got about 15 minutes to kick off. It's been raining. Yep. Teams are out on the field.
Prep from the coaches and coming back out.
Yep. So
we're still warming up our offense out here.
So running some reps. I'm seeing Bilson out there throwing, so that's a good sign. So watching the pregame, Vitale with the quick little catch there. That's good to see if he's able to, work on some of that. So hopefully we don't see a lot of the offense affected here. By this weather. It's been storming since about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock somewhere. Off and on.
Last year.
Yep.
But no lightning this year.
Well,
so far,
no, there was lightning about 4:30 when I was interviewing Mitchell Smith earlier at the school.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that's what fried our audio was. So we had that set up but excited to get started here. So going over some of our offensive players, obviously we got Grant Bilson, number 2, junior quarterback starting at that position like all year. Also going to, for running back, we're going to see number 26 back there, Mitchell Smith. Also see number 10, Ben Noblock back there, Barry. Also see Piazza at the fullback sometimes. Number 12, Garrett Lauderback at tight end. Our wide receivers, obviously number 14, Brody Reyna, one of Bilson's favorite targets. So hopefully we'll see a lot of yards from Brody tonight. Yep. Another wide receiver, number 17, Cole Piazza. His brother, Nick Piazza, is the fullback at 23. So 2 Piazza boys on offense like normal. Talked about Mitchell, right guard. Looks like we got number 53, Ryan Blanchard, lining up next to the center, number 54, Dylan Buckle. Also got left tackle number 65 Ben DeFore. Left guard number 66 senior Dylan Porsche. We talked to Dylan last night. That dude was pumped up, man. He talking about Coach Stanton, Sundog, and Coach Stanton's quote: "The silence is golden, but duct tape is silver." So that was a good one. That was a Coach Stanton quote from your senior left guard Dylan Porsche. And Sundog. Then we also have number 68, Nicholas Vining at right tackle, and then also wrapping it up, number 84, Nick Vitale, or Nathan Vitale. I said Nick, that's his older brother. Nathan Vitale, number 84 at wide receiver. So, just like we talked about last night with Kenny Sears III, offensive coordinator for St. Paul's, talking about a bunch of people touching the ball, whether it's, Reyna, Lauterbach, Vitale, at receiver, Piazza, all those guys are getting their hands on it. And then running back, we talked about a little while ago, 5 or 6 deep there. So a lot of people on offense contributing, offensive line, moving bodies, making holes, Frolic coming in with the meat package. If we see the meat package early, that's usually a good sign because we're eating clock, right?
Right. So, definitely want to stress. Watch the trenches. Watch our O-line.
Yep.
Tonight, I think we're going to see some outstanding plays from them,
Yep.
and seeing them move people around, open some holes up. And I just feel like they're probably going to be running the ball with the weather like it is. But the O-line is really going to need to be leaned on and getting some blocks down the field where we can open up some holes.
Yep. So on the defensive side of the ball, Barry, I'll let you read that. And I'll go ahead and start it off. Number 72, you're talking about watching people on the line. One of our defense tackles, number 72, Gavin Clayton. The guy's always getting double teamed, triple teamed. So take a look out for him and some of the work he's doing on the defensive line.
Yeah, and following that with number 7, Hickey, Preston Hickey. He's new to St. Paul's and has really contributed a lot to this team since he's got here. And so it's nice and good to see him out here. We have number 9 in the middle, the captain of the play caller of the defense, and that's Danny Sears. I got to see him last night. He's part of both sides of the ball. Gets some yards and he gets some tackles. So it's going to be fun to watch him tonight.
Yep.
Number 11, our corner, Evan Scherer. Seen him play and do some breakups on some passes and come up and come off the edge a lot too.
Yep.
So,
But
our second center is going to be Daniel Dufour. Daniel had an interception last week, didn't he? Was he one of the guys that got the interception?
Last week he had Freeman and
Calvert.
Calvert. Yeah, he had 2.
Right.
We had 3 interceptions. Calvert had 2 of them.
He's due. Anyway.
Yep.
And Dawson, number 19.
Yep.
He is fun to watch.
Yep.
He's everywhere. And I think they use him like that, and so it's fun to watch him. So, but then we have number 25, Sanchez, and he is our defensive end, and I think he is playing off the left side. And this side, hopefully he's going to be kind of securing those ends.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take this opportunity.
So,
our other linebackers, Sam linebackers going to be Rhett Barker. Got to talk to him last night.
Rhett Barker.
He is well spoken, and he's got some aspirations and pretty big shoes. I mean, he's got some big shoes to follow with his family.
Trying to get a naval school, Marine.
That's serious, man. That's really good on his part. I get to see him at night when he works out, and he puts a lot of work in.
Well, coming back from that big knee injury a couple years ago or a year ago,
last year.
yeah, I mean, you have to have some dedication and some great work ethic to fight back from that. So.
Our linebacker, Kieran Nunez. That's actually Coach Nunez's son. He's fun to watch. He is a 11th grader this year, working. So, then we have Vincent's number 48, free safety.
Yep.
And then on the right side, defensive end, and he's part of the offensive lineup too.
Offensive lineman, number 53,
Number 91, Richards.
Yep. Got our buddy Troy Coakley up there walking up. He's probably going to say hey to us. I mean, we're only sitting 20 rows behind him.
We're seeing, being from in the county or the parish here, I know a lot of these guys, and I feel like that when they start seeing me, it's gonna be on. We may get a little bit of heckling here. But.
Yeah, and we're kind of in a weird scenario here. We're under a tent. We got a microphone hanging from the tent because our amplifier fried during a lightning storm a few hours ago, and so we're a little bit different setup, but we got everything working. Thanks to Barry's MacGyver skills. You know, if you can see, we'll post a picture of our setup later to Facebook, but it involves 7 zip ties and a egg crate dampener and a studio mic hanging from the tent. So
and people walking by.
Yep.
Front office behind us.
Yep, it's gonna help that band over there. It shouldn't be picking up that band too good. So it's a good setup. I mean, it's you know,
It's what we got.
I feel like we're cutting an album, Barry. Like we're in the studio.
I'm gonna be closing my eyes and
Yep.
singing.
Yeah. So maybe Barry will drop his single on us in the third quarter. So we got CHS and burning over there. So with that, we'll go ahead and thank our sponsor Avala for our Avala pregame show, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up the pregame show, Barry. We kind of went through the starting lineup. We talked about what we expect to see, and we're about to go to the coin toss. So Chip, if you want to go ahead and run one more commercial for our sponsor Avala and cut stream 2, and we'll head into the pay-per-view on WPBN.live on the Wolfpack Broadcast Network. And with that, we'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is